everybody. How are all my profitpreneurs this morning? I want to welcome you to our live Training Thursday call here in the Profit-preneur Circle. So for those of you who don't know, or maybe this is your first time to maybe this is your very first time to a Profit-preneur Circle Training Thursday, you are in for a real treat, because every single Thursday we go live and we share a topic that is designed to help you really achieve the business results that you desire for yourself and for your company. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, Elise and Tracy and Caitlin and Linda and Annette and Jackie. We're thrilled to have you guys all here. And as you join, what I would love for you to do is drop a hello in the chat window down here so that I can see that you are here. Let us know your profitpreneur type, and also use this as an opportunity to connect with one another so that you can network with one another, right? Let us know what your business is. Let us know what type of profitpreneur you are. If you don't know, then what I would invite you to do is you can take our assessment. If you go to kellyoneal.com/quiz, it'll take you right there and you can grab your assessment and learn what type of profitpreneur you are. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to welcome all of the new profitpreneurs to our circle and let you know not only a little bit about me, but also about what the circle is designed for. So we are a group of committed and serious entrepreneurs who are really, we're committed to creating a business and life that we love. So we believe here in the Profit-preneur Circle that we strategically design businesses to get them to work for you, right? Not you working for your business, but we want to help you design a business that works for you and gives you the life that you desire. You know, whether that is working less by operating strategically, whether it is more income so that you have more financial freedom, whether it is helping you to align with the impact that you want to make in the world, whatever that looks like to you, our job here is to help you live your life from a place of choice. That is the mission that we are on as a company. That is the mission that all of our clients are on. And together we pull together and help one another by collaborating to accelerate our businesses. So this is a very unique community. And in fact, we've got a very special announcement. We actually have just hired a brand new community manager, which I could not be more thrilled about, who is going to be dedicated to helping you. It's going to be dedicated to helping you really get the not only the resources that you need, but also developing some very special curriculum that is just for the circle. So we're so excited. I'll be introducing her very shortly. But before we get started, for those of you who are brand new to me, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kelly O'Neill. I am a brand marketing and profit strategist that specializes in helping service-based entrepreneurs market to affluent clients and position themselves in their marketplace to make their competition irrelevant. So I am the creator of the Profitology process. So if you have not yet checked out the Profitology process, you are gonna wanna check out our Profitology crash course, because that is one of the things that's gonna explain what makes everything we talk about here so different than anything else on the marketplace. And also it's going to help you understand why maybe some of the things you've tried before in your business have not been effective and how to fix it like this, right? The clients that we work with, they have rapid turnarounds in their business as soon as they start implementing the Profitology process. I am sure that if you look in the comments here, you will see them sharing that below, because there's nothing else like it on the market. So I had a very successful corporate career as a brand marketing strategist and publicist. I started my own business in 2001. I have had some extreme highs and some extreme extremely painful and expensive learning lessons. And now I share that with entrepreneurs around the world to help you guys really get the results that you desire in your business. I don't believe in hustling and grinding. I think that hustling and grinding is really it is the result of not having a good strategy. So we have a saying here in our communities and in our Profitology Business Incubator that strategy is the new hustle. And we are here to teach you some tips and tricks to make sure that you can implement that in your business and get the results that you want faster while working on the things that are actually going to get you results. And that's what we are going to be talking about today. So without further ado, what I'm going to do, and again, as you join, you guys, please drop your information in the Profit-preneur Circle. We want to get to know every single one of you. Let us know about your business. Let us know, what you need, what support you need. Let us know. I see Doreen's in here saying, yes, she sold her business the month that she joined for 10K more than she asked. Whoop, whoop. You go, girl. But I do want you guys to introduce yourself to one another so that you can network. All right, without further ado, let's jump into today's topic. So one of the things, again, if you've heard me talk about the Profitology process before, you know that there is a critical path to building your business. And a lot of times what's happening is the trainings out in the marketplace have got the cart way before the horse. And that is why so many people are stumbling and they're doing like all the things, whether it be webinars and podcasting, and they're trying to write books, and they're doing social media, and they're, you guys are like little you're like little doingers, right? And I get it, because that is exactly how I built my business to $1 million+ initially. Now, mind you, in doing that, I wasn't keeping that money because it was taking me $1 million to make $1 million. And I was also totally exhausted and pretty miserable, to be honest with you, until I realized and I reformulated my business to follow the Profitology process. And now it's a very different story. So how many of you, and I just want to hear this out there, how many of you feel like you're kind of doing all the things, right? Or maybe you're even not sure what you should be doing because you're getting different advice from every single person out there in the marketplace. And I also want to know too, and Lily says, yeah, no more fluff marketing, sprinkle marketing. And Andy says, who doesn't love sprinkles? Yeah, you guys, it's like, what I hear from my clients, and I've seen it because I've actually heard it too when I have taken trainings, is the kind of the message out in the marketplace is you need to do all the things. And if that's not working, you need to do more things. And if that doesn't work, do more and do more and do more, right? And if you're not getting results, it's because you're not doing the work. And sometimes that's true, right? Sometimes people are actually not doing what they need to be doing. But sometimes they're doing all the things and that's not working. And so people get confused and you guys get frustrated and you're spending so much time, energy, and money. Well, I'm going to share with you today the number one strategy for you that every single one of you should be utilizing on a daily basis in your business for you to be able to create cash flow and for you to also be able to get a cash infusion in your business. And I'm going to show that in a moment. But first, one of the things that I think as a society, and I've definitely seen this in business as well, is as a society, we have become technology junkies. And even those of you who are like, I don't like technology, right? Like I'm not a tech person. Here's what I mean by that. If you look around even to our children's generation, what are they doing all the time? The next time you walk through a restaurant, and some of you already know this, right? And some of you are like, guilty. The next time you walk through a restaurant, I want you to watch how many people are sitting in the restaurant actually looking at each other, having a personal conversation, and how many people are like this. How many of you as families sit around, and there's no judgment here. I'm just saying, how many of you sit around and the kids are like on the phone the whole time during dinner, or maybe that's even, you and your partner are sitting together at night and that's the same case. Well, so much has changed in marketing, and with the advent of the interwebs, one of the things that happened was obviously people started to leverage the power of the internet and to be able to market their businesses. That's a good thing, right? It is. And it's a good thing until we replace traditional marketing with it, because there's more to marketing, especially if you're wanting to work with your high-end clientele. There's more to marketing than just being online all the time, right? So many people, and I'm not sure if it's released yet, but we just wrote a blog on the downfalls that the online business market has created it for entrepreneurs, and how when people start to rely consistently and only on online marketing, how they're really shooting themselves in their foot with their business, because they're missing out on 50% of the equation. We know, statistically speaking, that integrated marketing communications is much more effective than just doing one thing, right? So there's offline marketing, and then there is online marketing, and both have a place in your marketing. Obviously, right now, as we speak, I am coming to you live over Facebook. So it's really important, right? And it's important, especially when you're building a brand and you're looking to reach people outside of your neck of the woods. It's really important for you to be able to communicate online. We host an entire challenge. In fact, we've got one coming up. If you guys have not registered, please make sure that you register for the Collaborate to Accelerate challenge. It's coming up November 4th through 8th, where we're going to be taking the strategy I'm teaching you today, and we're going to be teaching you exactly how to implement it. You can go to collaboratetoaccelerate.com. You can go to collaboratetoaccelerate.com and learn all about what that is and register. It's absolutely free. So there's a place for both. But you also, when you're marketing to affluent clients and you want those higher end buyers, if you are relying solely on the internet, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. Because with high end buyers, the number one reason that they are buying is because of the relationship. They're buying because of the relationship. In selling to affluent clients, we use a relationship marketing method, right? And a relationship sales method. So it's all about the relationship. Now, when you have online marketing is generally one-way marketing. So I post something on Facebook and it just goes out, right? Now you can create engagement, and there's ways to be able to utilize that strategy, which is what we teach our clients, to take that. We tell them, take that relationship and take it offline. Get on the phone, start talking to one another. That is going to create more of a relationship. But your more affluent buyers are going to buy faster when there is a relationship. So whether it be by referral or whether it be by developing a relationship with you. The slowest way to make that happen is through the use of the internet. Now, again, it's also still important, because you would, like as an example, I reach all of you guys all over the world that I would not have met otherwise had I not been using online marketing. But I don't just market online. We do, the latest client that we just enrolled this week came from me speaking at a live event here in Las Vegas. Right? So that, and actually then another one who's actually coming aboard as well, that both came from a live small group presentation that was done and that was created through a relationship that I built with someone who I see often in Las Vegas. So the number one marketing strategy, if you guys have not figured this out right yet, is you need to do what we call belly-to-belly marketing, or in-person marketing. You need to be building relationships, right? Now, again, a relationship can be sparked online, but there's a very big difference in what most people are doing is they're just throwing stuff up online and hoping someone sees it and comes to their site, right? They're hoping someone sees it and comes to their site. That is not effective, right? I mean, it's somewhat effective depending on your brand, depending on how much ad spend you're spending. There's all sorts of things that go into that, right? It also depends if you have a social selling system on the back end that's going to help you do that. However, I do not want you guys to make the mistake of substituting that for a relationship. The only reason that we utilize the online tools that we do is so that we can then take those relationships and build them offline, whether that be by inviting you to an event, by getting on the phone with you and, learning about you and your business and how we can help you and how you can help us, right? This is why we do collaboration calls. This is why we are constantly nurturing and building relationships with partners, with prospective clients. You just never know. And we want you guys doing that with one another. That's one of the things that's so fantastic about this group is you guys are collaborating your way to success. But that requires that you get out from behind your computer. I think that the thing that happened and where we tipped into a land of, oh, wait, hold on, we've gone too far, is when we went from leveraging the power of the internet to hiding behind the internet and the screen. It became a place for people to be able to work in a way that allowed them to really step skip this whole relationship building piece. The problem with that is those people are struggling in business because that's not actually how business works, right? And sure, you're going to get lucky, and the more that you spray and pray, you're going to catch some people in your net. But I will tell you that that is not as an effective way to do business as it is for you to get out from behind your computer, you guys, and start building relationships. So what are some ways that we can do that? Because I want to help brainstorm with you on some ways that you can get this done, right? So the way that you can get this done is, number one, how can you start networking locally in your own area? This is one way that you can get this done. Are there local high-end networking events that are going to allow you to meet your ideal clients? I'm not talking about rubber chicken lunches, right? I'm not talking about going to lower end networking that everyone, that is full of people that are playing business. That's not what we're talking about, right? And we go into this more in the Collaborate to Accelerate. But I am talking about making sure that you're getting out of your sphere and you're meeting new people, right? It could even be socially. If you've watched the Marketing to Millionaires intensive, we say, like, get to your country club. So my country club has socials all the time. I go to those. Right? There's actually I can't remember what it's called, Witchy Wine Wednesday or something coming up, which is a bunch of ladies getting together, have some wine. You betcha I'm going there. Guess what? I'm going to meet some clients, prospective clients there, for some prospective partners or people that I can build relationships with here in the Valley. So you want to be able to get out of your office. So networking is one option. Going to live events is another one. So much business happened at our last, our profitable positioning workshop. People are still doing business together. They're referring people. Now they have a better understanding. They're introducing them to other people. So much is happening with that. We've got the Plan for Profit event coming up. That's a great way. If you can get yourself to industry conferences where your ideal people are, that is a fantastic way for you to network. In fact, I can tell you right now that I don't think I've ever been to a conference that I chose, because I always choose them very strategically. I have never been to a conference that I've chosen that I actually paid for, because I always leave with business. I always leave with referral partners. I always leave with opportunities. I always leave with, I just always leave so much more enriched. I mean, beyond the education. Right? So I used to, when I was first starting my business up, I went to conferences all the time. Well, now it's a little bit different because I've been in this business for, almost 20 years, and I have a very large book of partners, which, by the way, I still keep in touch with all the time for this reason, right? And I'm still going out and making new partnerships, and I'm still reaching out, and those people are introducing me to people. But it started with me getting this really great group of strategic partners. And the way that I did that was by getting out of my office and getting to these events and really introducing myself. Now, some of you might be saying, oh, I hate networking. And I totally get it. Another way to do this on a smaller scale, if you're more introverted, is you can do one-on-one collaboration calls. So in our Profitology Business Incubator, and our team, or our people will tell you, we really, like, part of what we have them do in their curriculum is collaborate with a minimum of 8 people a month, minimum. And most of them are doing way more than that. And the reason for that is that even if you're on the phone now, because of things like Zoom, FaceTime, whatever you've got going, one of the greatest things that's so cool is you can get on the phone and still see each other with video. Right? That's even fantastic. I always suggest that people do video calls so that you really can, because it fosters the relationship more. Again, it's not the same thing as being in person, because there's nothing the same as ever being in person. Being in person always will trump any kind of virtual distance stuff. But if you're not able to do that and you want to fold something into the mix, then absolutely it is getting on the phone and doing video conferencing. So that is another way to be able to build those relationships. If you guys caught the call that I did with Matt Johnson, or the training we did, I think it was a couple weeks ago with Matt Johnson, he talked about leveraging his podcast to be able to build relationships. So I want you to think about, in your business, you guys, I want you to start thinking about, what are the ways that you can start building in this one-on-one relationship marketing into your business right now. Practice here in the circle. This is why I ask you guys, when you jump on these calls, to and Andrea says, I love this shift. I've been praying for this movement and tired of the online selling. Again, and you guys, it's not one or the other. The problem is that we as an industry have tipped the pendulum too far over to where people left this off, right? And it's such a good point. Me too. It's, I want to have relationships with people. That's important. That's important to me. And I can tell you that your affluent buyers do as well. So I want to hear some, and Andrea says, I'm moving to more in-person events. It's super important. In fact, I recommend that you locally get out once a month to a good, and we're going to talk about this in the Collaborate to Accelerate Profit Challenge, like, in depth. I'm going to give you the entire formula, all the scripts, all the things you need to do. But what I do want you to do is, I want you to think about what is one thing that you could do a month where you could get out and you could network with people, whether it be socially or whether it be going to a local networking event. And I'm not talking about any events, you guys. I'm not talking about events where it's, we want to up-level your networking. We want to get you into higher level. If we want to get you into higher level circles where you are going to be able to network with your higher end clients. Or how many of you here are utilizing something like a BNI, right? I love BNI. When I first started my business, I joined a brilliant BNI group, Business Networkers International. And there's several things like that. Like, there's LaTip, there's all sorts of different things that you can join. But it's, I made 6 figures easily a year out of BNI. And all I had to do was show up and build relationships, once a week. That's it. 6 figures just from that, from nothing else. So I mean, we had other marketing going on, but it was because we always track where our revenue comes from, 6 figures just from that, right? Which is really phenomenal. So you can go to a BNI. I would like to encourage you once a month to get out and do something like that. I would like to encourage you once a quarter to get to some type of conference where, yes, there's a learning opportunity, but also where you believe that you're going to be able to meet some of your strategic partners and potentially clients for you. So what are some of the conferences that you believe that are going to be that right thing for you in your industry? And I also want to encourage you guys to think outside of the box. So let me give you an example. So being an entrepreneur, what's a conference that I would tend to go to? An entrepreneurial conference, right? So I want you to kind of think outside the box. Like for me, as an example, I tend to work with a lot of holistic practitioners. We've got a lot of clients that are in the holistic practitioner realm. So one of the things that I have my team looking out for me is local naturopathic conferences. So rather than me going to a conference where it's just all of my peers, I want to go to a conference where where my clients are, right? Or where the other vendors that are marketing to my clients are, if I'm going to network for that purpose. So I want you to kind of think outside the box. Like, what are a couple things that you could go to? Maybe it's an interior design show. Maybe it's a yoga conference. If you're looking for really, spiritually conscious clients, it could be a yoga conference. It could be something like that. I want you to think outside the box. But regardless of what it is that you do, and I just want to see if there's any questions here. If you guys have any questions, drop them in. Elise is in our Profitology Business Incubator program. And by the way, Elise specializes in online marketing, and she's saying creating business allies is crucial, right? So she gets it. She gets that you have, and if you work with her company, her strategies are set up to help you when you're online marketing, take that marketing offline and create the relationship, right? Doreen says BNI and Capital Club here in San Jose. Doreen, that when I lived in the Bay Area, because Doreen knows, that's where I met her. That's exactly where I used to go. I used to go to BNI at Saratoga Country Club, and I belonged to the Capital Club in San Jose, which is a business club. Right here in Las Vegas, we have the Sterling Club, and we also have an entrepreneur organization called Social Register that we also belong to. And Doreen's, G. Marie says, I didn't have a good experience with BNI. At the time, I had 35 employees. Yeah, that's a lot. And I felt jump out of the members to gain access to my staff. Huh, that is interesting. So I've not heard that one before, but again, you guys, this is why one size fits all marketing doesn't work. BNI worked really well for me. I loved it. I know other people it's worked for, but here's a case where it didn't work well for her. So here's the thing. How do you know if it's going to work for you? You're going to have to try, right? You're going to have to try. And also you're going to, I don't want you guys doing marketing that is going to, and Deborah has a good question here. Deborah, I'm going to get to you in a minute. One of the things is that I want you to be selective on the groups that you're going to. I want them to be a good fit for you. We don't want you just like going out to like every event. Like there was an organization, I'm not going to name it, but there was an organization in San Jose that I went to a couple times, and it was all just hobby-based businesses. And I was like, this just isn't a good fit for the kind of networking I want to do. They loved it. And I think they also got a lot more value out of the social aspect of all getting together, but that's not what I was after at the time. So, I just chose to go somewhere else. So you're going to have to try some things and get out of your comfort zone. What I'm also not a big fan of is if you absolutely loathe networking, that is not a good strategy for you to deploy in your business. We need to look for other strategies. What are some other relationship strategies that you can use? Now, if you loathe relationships, I'm not so sure you're going to be so awesome in business, right? I mean, it's going to be a way harder uphill battle if you're trying to hide behind your computer all the time, right? Because business is about creating relationships with people. So we've got to find a strategy that works for you, and one that doesn't feel like you'd rather get a root canal than do, right? Because that's not fun either. So Deborah has a great question. She said, thoughts on you live in a quiet resort retirement style community, so they're not interested in the services you have to offer. I go to the local events, and she lists your chamber, conferences, BNI, intrigued to see what's possible. I also host local events. I've connected with local holistic community members in their events, appreciating you. Thank you, Deborah. So Deborah, I have an idea for you. So what you can do is, if you live in that quiet resort town and really the community is not that interested, so here's what's going to have to happen. You're either going to change your networking to be not about getting clients, but really be about connecting with the people that could be partners for you locally. And then you are, again, this is why online marketing is so powerful, because this gives you the opportunity to get out of your local town. You know, it's very rare, although I do have one client right now. Actually, well, I have one client that I have an exclusively online marketing strategy with. And it's because she lives in Honduras, in Honduras. No, she just came from Honduras. She lives in Nicaragua. So that's where she lives. And she wants to do work with people in the US. Well, you see the problem there. So we absolutely do have an exclusively online marketing strategy. However, we are still utilizing a social selling model that allows her to build those relationships with partners on the back end. We always put in a relationship component into our business strategies for our clients. So Deborah, utilize your local businesses for, or your local networking that is good for you, right? I mean, don't waste your time. You guys, don't waste your time. Don't feel like, well, I got to do this. No, you don't. If it's not working, stop it. Stop it, right? Or adjust, right? And I'm not saying try something once and be like, it doesn't work, I'm going to be done with it. But like, if you've been going to like I remember one time I did an analysis for a client and she said, I've been going to the same networking event for 4 years. And I said, okay. And I said, and how much business have you gotten out of it? And she said, none. And I said, okay, let's identify. Is the reason you're not getting business because you're doing something that is lending to you not getting business? Or is it the people? And she said, oh, and she told me everything she was doing. And we identified, no, it's the people in the networking group. And I said, then why have you been doing it? Like, why do you continue doing it? And she, well, everyone tells me I need to network, so I just keep going. Don't do that, right? By the time I did the math and I showed her what she was wasting in dues and what she was wasting in the time that she was taking out of the office to go there, it was outrageous. It was like she had wasted like $38,000 going to this networking event. And if she had taken that time and energy and found something that was more results oriented, she would have brought in like 8 times the amount of revenue she was bringing in. So I don't want you guys to do that either. We don't want you to waste your time. We want you to be strategic about how you're investing your time in relationship building. Okay, great question. Let's see if there's any other. I'm just seeing if we have any other good questions. Okay, Lori Howard says, I prefer networking over a common subject versus to network. Is that doable? Totally. So yeah, absolutely. So what you're saying is finding specific subjects where, like going to a conference or something like that, or a small event where it's workshop oriented and then you guys are all networking around that. Yeah, absolutely. That's the way we run our local events here in Vegas. So our next one coming up in November is all about how to create a high performance team. And so how I have them networking is sharing with one another their tips and strategies to build a high performance team, right? So that is great. Oh, and then Carrie said, she's talking about Marianne. She said she's also very active in doing collaboration calls in the US. Let's see here. All right, you guys. So yeah, so in recapping, so that I can get you guys on your way today, here's the deal. Don't try to get around building a strong relationship marketing strategy. The way that we build it in our Collaborate to Accelerate model has been extremely effective for our clientele. If that is something you are interested in, please do register. It's totally free, and make sure you show up live, because we are going to be doing so much this time for our live participants. It's November 4th through 8th, and then we have bonus material the following week. We will be posting that schedule. Just go to Collaborate to Accelerate .com, or my team has posted this here in the group. We're going to teach our entire relationship marketing strategy like soup to nuts. It's so good, and it really does make a huge difference. We have had a lot of people that have joined our programs that have been in other programs that said they couldn't get traction, and within like weeks, a couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it's completely changed their business from implementing this strategy. So I want you to think about, how can you implement a relationship strategy and keep the conversation going in this thread? What are some ways that you've implemented in your own business? Share that, because that can give inspiration to other people in the group. What questions do you have? Because my team and I will keep coming back and reading this thread, and we'll keep answering you. And what resources do you need? Because we can introduce you to other people here in the circle that can help you, that you guys can help each other out and collaborate to accelerate your way to success. All right, guys, I hope this training has been fantastic for you. I want to thank you for joining us today. Until next time, we will be back next Thursday with our Thursday training. Please let us know how we can support you. If you've not reached back out, make sure you know there's a DM in all of your inboxes from our concierge team, so that we can connect with you and help you out to get the best business results possible. So please do connect with us, connect with our team, register for Collaborate to Accelerate, and also check out the Plan for Profit Intensive that's coming up in December, because that will be a great place to network with some movers and shakers if you're in the entrepreneurial world, which I know you guys are. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll talk to you all soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.